And as people who like to play games of chance do, there are already lines that have been established. We don't know what they are yet, but one man who knows everything when it comes to playing games of chance is the Bear, Chris Fallica. So, Bear, the lines are out. Are we going to play guess the line?
They are, yeah. We'll start with the game involving the number 1 ranked team, Alabama. Alabama and Cincinnati in Dallas. Take a stab. I had a guess. 10
or 11.
I was a little high on the guess. 10 or 11 is low.
Low.
Oh, and wait, don't give hints. Let everybody go.
Bear? What kind of trivia
I said 11.
is this?
I said 11.
11.
I'm going to go.
He said low. Mine was low.
Bama minus 13.5.
Wow.
13.5.
Yeah. I'm surprised by this, but I'm just going to go 14. And I had low. I was where Kirk
11?
was.
I was
going lower. I'm going 14.5.
You know,
You said 8, big dog.
I was going.
like that.
He hinted, so I'll stick with my original. I was going to say 9.5.
Okay.
Even with the Mechie injury, it's that high?
Wow.
I would have said 9.5.
It's the Nick Saban factor.
I guessed 14.5 too. That was my guess. And it's 13.5, I think, which is what Jesse
Congratulations.
That's a little. It's an interesting number.
It's going to move.
It's an interesting number because you're giving the 14 away with the favorite. So I think that kind of gives me an impression that the Vegas odds makers are comfortable taking Alabama money here.
Like they're saying,
we'll see how it moves.
Which way would you guess it moves by kick?
I think it will move up. I think at 13.5 you'll get some money early on Alabama, north and 2 touchdowns. But by the way, if you want to do a little odds comparison to see just how the odds makers are power rating Cincinnati, Alabama was a 14-point favorite in Gainesville over Florida and a 15-point favorite over Ole Miss. So that's kind of the area you're talking about here. Obviously blew out.
And the other thing is the history since 14 to now. Enlighten us on the scores, because it seems like they've been pretty lopsided. We've had, what, three games? That's how we talked about.
We've had 16 semifinals, and 13 of them have been totally not competitive, because I think a lot of times the committee has had, where you talk about best 4 teams getting in, a lot of times you've had a 4 seed or even a 3 seed that maybe was of the more deserving variety. So I think while Ohio State, I think everybody would agree, is probably better in Cincinnati, and the number will be smaller. I think you have to. I think the right call was made with Cincinnati at 4 here.
Okay, Michigan and Georgia. Bears got the answer. I'll take the first guess. I'm going to say Georgia. I'm going to say Georgia minus 3.5.
Oh,
you say minus 5?
I got 5.
I was going 3.5 with you.
Wow.
I just like how you said you take the first
Yeah.
guess. And he said
Yeah,
5.
of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
I take the first
I
guess.
was going.
Mine is
give you a
5.
lane.
What do you got, Paul?
6.
I was going to go 4.5. All right. I like 4.5.
So we're all right in the same spot.
All right, Bear, enlighten us.
And you are all way too low, and you are all in the way that I think this line will move. It's Georgia minus 7.5, and I think north of a touchdown, I think a lot of people will be very inclined to take Michigan, especially with the way, look, recency bias is such a factor with a lot of people's initial impressions. So people see Michigan the way they finished the year, they see what Alabama did to Georgia yesterday. So I think the impression will be, for the most people right now at the start, to take Michigan north of a touchdown.
Okay, Bear, right now, we're on the game day set. Pressure's on. They're telling you got to make the pick. You got to put that Bear logo on the board, one side or the other. First, we'll start Michigan, Georgia. Are you taking the number, or are you laying the points?
I think I'm laying it because I like the matchup for Georgia. I think yesterday was a bad matchup because Alabama's not a smash mouth, run it down your throat type of team. That's what Michigan's strength is, and I think what they did against Ohio State, that was their weakness, and I think last night was going to be a blowout regardless. I don't think it's a great matchup for Michigan, so I would be inclined right now, sitting here, barring any ridiculous line movement, I would be inclined to lay it right now, but wouldn't be like the strongest bet ever.
Okay, would you lay it with Bama?
No, I think I take Cincinnati plus a 13.5. I think that's a lot of points, and I think even if you're looking at a 3-touchdown game in the fourth quarter, which maybe it will be, maybe it won't, the back door is going to be wide open, and I think Cincinnati might be able to sneak in the back door if they're not in the game already.
All right, there you go. All right, New Year's 6 bowls, rest of the top 25, which is playoff selection committee also does. We'll be able to give you that coming up. Here are the odds right now. Bama minus 13.5, Dogs minus a touchdown and a half, which would give us a rematch of yesterday's game. As Matt Barry, RG3, Robert Griffin III, and Sam Acho joining us now.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.